Hey, fourth graders, Miss Muldoon here. I'm here to share how to find common denominators step by step. With your lesson today, you could tell that you have a reference sheet, which has 3 steps in order for you to follow in order to get a common denominator. And this is your sheet that you have that you need to complete. Remember, if you want to zoom in like I am, you press View, press Zoom. I like to do 100% so I can see it all. Okay, let's start off. I need to find a common denominator for 3/4 and 5/8. So let's go to my first step. My first step says list multiples of both denominators. Okay, I know I have fourths and eighths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have a Google Doc open so I can write down my information. And you can do this on a piece of paper, which is probably much easier. All right, so I have to list multiples for 4 and multiples for 8. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. I can even go one more and say 4 times 3 is 12. Now when I go down here, I know that 1 times 8 is 8 and 8 times 2 is 16. But I already see something that they share in common. I have 8 for the 4. 4 times 2 equals 8, and 8 times 1 equals 8. And I'm going to underline these. All right, now I'm looking at my fractions. I have 3/4, right? And I have 5/8. Well, my 5/8 is already cut into eighths, right? I can't multiply 5/8 by anything else. I can multiply the top and the bottom by 1. All right, 1 times 5 equals 5. And 8 times 1 equals 8. So my fraction 5/8 is going to stay the same. All right, what's going to change is 3/4, okay? I need to think, 4 times what number will get me 8? And that is 2. So 4 times 2 will equal 8. Whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top, to my numerator. 3 times 2 equals 6. So this is going to be 6/8, like that. So my common denominator is 8. So I plug in 8 here. And my equivalent fractions are 6/8 and 5/8. I'm going to write that here. So I'm going to do 6/8, comma, and 5/8. And I'm done. Then I go on to the next one. I have 1/4 and 1/3. So I'm going to take the 4 and the 3, and I'm going to write them here and list the multiples. Okay? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. And I'm going to go one more. 4 times 4 is 16. All right, I'm going to go down to 3 now. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Oh, still don't find any. I'm not finding anything they share in common. So 3 times 4 is 12. Ooh, I see something. All right, I noticed that this 12 is the number they share in common. All right, now I need to get 1/4 and 1/3 to have denominators of 12. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I know that I need to get it to equal 12. Now I just need to find the equivalent fractions. All right, so I have 1/4 and I have 1/3. I need to multiply my top and bottom by a number to get my denominator to equal 12. And I know that that is 3. So times 3 times 3. Okay, let's go across. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so this fraction is going to be 3/12. Alrighty, my 1/3. Okay, I know my denominator needs to equal 12. So 3 times 4 would get me 12. So I need to multiply the top and the bottom, my numerator and denominator, by the same number. 1 times 4 is 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. Leaving me with a fraction 4/12. So I have 3/12. Oops. I have 3/12 here and 4/12 here. Ooh. I apologize. And 4/12 there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to my document. I'm going to write 3/12, 3/12, comma, 4/12. Okay, then I go on to the next one. That's how I complete my work for today. If you have any questions, come to my Zoom meeting at 1.